October is the 10th month of the year in the Julian and Gregorian calendars and with 31 days. October retained its name from the Latin and Greek octo, means 8, after January and February were inserted with a calendar that had originally been created by the Romans. Libra is the 7th astrological sign in the zodiac. The Sun transits this sign on average between September 22nd and October 22nd. The sign of Libra is symbolized by the scales and is associated with the Roman deity Justitia, the Lady Justice, is a symbolic personification of the moral force in judicial systems. October has two birthstones, tourmaline and opal. Tourmaline gemstones is a favorite for many because it's available in a rainbow of beautiful colors. There are two broad classes of opal, precious and common. Precious opal displays play of color or iridescence, is the phenomenon of certain surfaces that appears to gradually change color as the angle of view or the angle of illumination changes, while the common opal does not. The gemstone tourmaline is the official birthstone for October, as adopted by the American National Associations of Jewelers in 1912. The name tourmaline comes from the Sri Lankan word turamali, which translates as the stone of mixed colors. Ancient legend says that tourmaline is found in all colors because it's traveled along a rainbow and gathered all the rainbow's colors. The calendula name is a modern Latin meaning little clock. Calendula is a family of daisy flowers that are often known as marigold, are native to southwestern Asia, Western Europe, Macaronesia, and the Mediterranean. Marigold name refers to the Virgin Mary. President Abraham Lincoln issued a proclamation designating the last Thursday in November as Thanksgiving Day. Former President Theodore Roosevelt was shot by a fanatic while campaigning in Milwaukee. Roosevelt was saved by his thick coat, a glasses case, and a folded speech in his breast pocket, all of which slowed the bullet. Although wounded, he insisted on making the speech with a bullet lodged in his chest and did not go to the hospital until the meeting ended. The former president is fully recovered in 2 weeks. Thomas Edison successfully tested an electric incandescent lamp with a carbonized filament at his laboratory in Menlo Park, New Jersey, keeping it lit for over 13 hours. The Statue of Liberty was dedicated on Bedloes Island in New York Harbor. The statue was a gift from the people of France, commemorating the French-American alliance during the American Revolutionary War. Designed by Frederic Auguste Bartholdi, a French sculptor. The entire structure stands 300 feet or 92.9 meters tall. The pedestal contains the words, "Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. The wretched refuse of your teeming shore, send this, the homeless, tempest toast to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door." The Oktoberfest is a 2-week festival held each year in Munich, Germany, during late September and early October. Before COVID-19 pandemic, it is attended by 6 million people each year and has inspired numerous similar events using the name Oktoberfest in Germany and around the world, many of which were founded by German immigrants or their descendants. Oktoberfest 2020 will not take place due to the coronavirus pandemic, said Bavaria's Minister-President Markus Söder, as he announced last April 21st in a joint conference with Munich Lord Mayor Dieter Reiter. Halloween or Halloween, a construction of Hallows Eve or Hallows Evening, also known as All Halloween, is a celebration observed in many countries on 31st October, the eve of the Western Christian feast of All Hallows Day. It is widely believed that many Halloween traditions, from ancient Celtic harvest festival, particularly the Gaelic festival called Samhain, that such festivals many have had pagan roots, and that Samhain itself was Christianized as Halloween by the early church. Some believe, however, that Halloween began solely as a Christian holiday separate from ancient festivals like Samhain. According to Irish mythology, Samhain was a time when the doorway to the other world opened, allowing supernatural beings and the souls of the dead to come into our world. Trick-or-treating is a traditional Halloween customs for children and adults in some countries that goes back at least as far as the 16th century. Children in costumes travel from house to house asking for treats with the phrase trick or treat. The treat is usually some form of candies, although in some cultures, money is given instead. The trick is to perform mischief on the homeowners or their property if no treat is given. Halloween usually occurs on the evening of October 31st. Some homeowners signal that they are willing to hand out treats by putting up Halloween decorations outside their doors. Others simply leave treat available on their porches for the children to take freely. Houses may also leave their porch light on as a universal indicator that they have candies. There's no better month of the year than October to enjoy the vibrant colors of the autumn leaves, the Oktoberfest, or participating in the celebration of the Halloween evening.